Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Homemade TV. If you have been following my Dorico tutorials, you know that I already covered write mode with around 20 videos, and today is the first episode about engrave mode and specifically about the frames and templates. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, so in order to access engrave mode, click on the engrave tab here, or easily press Ctrl+3 on your keyboard. And after that, you are welcomed by a bunch of different tools and panels, which it might look overwhelming, but don't worry about it. We're gonna cover all of them. And but just for now, let's talk about frames. Literally, frames are boxes of information in Dorico, and they have three different categories. Let's see what these categories are. And for that, I can just go and click on this frame box here to access the tools. And you can see the three different options here. First off, we have music, then text, and image frames. Your score by default already has two of these frames. And the two that I'm talking about are texts and text frames and also music frames. Music frames are always in blue, as you can see here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. All right. And this is a music frame, and this is a text frame. All of these three that are in the top. And let me scroll down a bit. We don't have any image frame, but then the pink ones are image frame. If I want to add an image frame, I can just click here, and then you see the cursor turn to a plus. And I'm going to say, okay, this is the size that I want by clicking and dragging. And then you have a cross here, which telling us, hey, this is a image frame. And if you double click, you can go to your browser and then just double click again to add your picture. And you can also easily modify it by clicking this border. And then you have these tiny boxes around here that you can change the size. And if you open the lower panel down here, if it's not open, you can already just click on this thingy down here. It will open, and then you have certain options such as fit mode, which is literally just the aspects. For example, you can put it unscaled or fill, which is going to stretch it. And you can see. And you have the aspect fit, which is going to be it's going to keep the aspect whatever size it will be. And just play around a little bit, and then you will get the hang of it. It's not really something complicated. And on the right side is the other way to move the frames in your score. And you can just use this so as you can see, it's like a little bit moving left and right with these. And I would usually just use these for situations where, you know, you want to really fit something small somewhere. Other than that, I would just use these boxes, you know, the points that you have that you can click and drag. This is the easiest way to do. And also, oddly, you cannot really grab your image to move them. I don't see why it's like this, but either it's a reason or they haven't coded it yet. But anyway, if you want to move it, you can just select it and grab the corner and just move it. And that goes the same with the other frames as well. You can also move these frames, as you can see. And if you go up, this goes with the same with the texts. And as with everything else, you can also edit them. You can double click here and just write whatever you want, XYZ. And as with everything else in Dorico, if you click on anything below down here, you have some different options. So let me first try with the music. This is quite simple. You have the bottom padding and top padding. I'm just going to show you what the top padding does. So you can see the score just popped up, and there is no padding now with your frame because it's just calculated with your frame. So the distance between the blue and your score. So you can just increase it or decrease it as you want. And this is like the minimum that was there, and also the distance to below. And the frames here, these are the same as we talked about before. So you see the 6 here, if I put it to 0, this went to the left, and it's just moved to the left. It's stretched to the left actually, and not really moved, because if you want to move them, you need to do everything. You need to move everything together. So -6 plus 6 that it moved together. So it's actually stretching it. But in total, it's gonna give you the same result. I'm just telling you to know this. Now let's go to the text frames. So if you click on it, you're gonna see the settings here. Now I'm gonna tell you some important ones if you want to use them. This is the show border option. If I click on it, you're gonna see there's gonna be a black border around my engrave mode that's written on top. And I'm just gonna click here and make it thick. And let me show you something here. If you hold the backslash button, I think it's a backslash, right? Yeah. If you hold it, you're gonna see your score. This is a really cool thing in Dorico. Otherwise, you have all these frames here, and you don't really need to go back to write mode. It's really handy here. And this also works in write mode. I told you guys in the tips and tricks videos before. So let's go back here. Now, yeah, I was here. I'm gonna open the lower panel and turn into the text frame. Come on, hello. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you need to go to the frames in order to be able to modify the frames. And then you have the border color and the background color, which you can modify, and you have the vertical alignment, which just aligns your text into where it should be. And again, you have the same options that you have for your frame here as with the other ones. And that is literally all of the settings that you have in the lower panel for the frames. All right, now let's take a look at our right panel here. And you have a bunch of different drop-down menus. But for now, we're going to check out pages. As you can see, this is simply a map of the pages of your score. So if you have more pages, it will be added here. Let me simply duplicate these notes. So I'm going to go to my write mode, and I'm just going to click on this guy. And I'm going to just duplicate. Yeah, so now I went to the second page, right? Yeah, we're just going to ignore that for now. It's a bit goofy, but we'll see. We're going to go to engrave mode, and look, we have 2 pages and also a new page, which is the second page in our pages in the map view of that we have on the right. But now something interesting. Take a look here. This page looks a bit goofy, right? Like because we changed the distance here. But this one actually looks kind of okay. I mean, if you give it to someone, they will be like, well, this is a good score. Otherwise, yeah, this one is like, what's the distance there for? That is because every page in Dorico is obeying the rules of the page template. And if there is a red indicator on top of the top left of your page, it means that the page has been modified and is deviating from the page templates. I mean, you can also imagine the page templates as the mother template, and if you modify them, they're deviating from the mother template. Oh, I touched the microphone. Hopefully there is no bump in the sound. Anyway, yeah, so let's try something. In order to make the page automatically go to whatever it was before, you just right click and you click on remove all page overrides. And now, as you can see, it all went back to the way it was before. But now I'm gonna, just for the sake of the tutorial, we're gonna keep it as goofy as it was before, and we're gonna talk about page templates now. Page templates are basically empty frames that are the backbone of your score. And each new page that you add will follow the rules of your page templates. To make it simpler, let's go back to where we modified our spacing. As you can see in the first page, the frame is set quite far to the right side, but on the second page it's not. But what if I want every new page that I add here to be exactly like my first page? So I just want to keep it exactly the same distance as it is here, or just something similar. And in order to do that, I need to actually modify my page template. And your page template are on the right panel. If you don't have them open, just click this thingy here, the arrow, and then they will be open. And naturally, you have two types of page templates. You have one set for full score and one set for your parts. But if I want to modify something, I can just double click and I go to the default page template. Oh, actually I want to go to my first template, and let me tell you the difference. The first template, you have the first tier and the default, right? The first is only used for the first page of your flow, so only the first page, and the rest of them they are using the default page template, and that's the big difference. And you see there is two pages here because we don't know when the first one, for example, if you're writing a 4-movement piece, you don't know if the first movement is going to start on the left or you're going to start it on the right. And that's why both of these, default and first, they have a left and a right template. And so let's see, now we're going to just modify something. I'm going to say, hey, I want my page template to be like this. So I'm going to make it a bit shorter here. And I'm going to add a text frame. All right, let's add a text frame. And I'm just going to write hello, hello. Alrighty. Now, there is a button also here to make your life easier. So you don't need to copy everything that you had on your left page to the right page. If you just click on this guy here, little here, you can copy everything from your left to your right page. And after that, just click on apply and close. Now, look, nothing has changed yet because it has not been reverted to my original or the mother template that we just created right now. And take a look here, as I told you before that it's dynamic. Look, it also changed here, so you can have a great view here to see what actually will look like if you remove the override of your score. So if I now remove my override, let's see, as you can see, the score just jumped, and then we have our hello, hello text here. And as you might have guessed correctly, now the right side is not changed because, as I told you here, this is just considered as a default page, and this is the defaults, right? And if you want to modify that, you just go to the defaults and then you just change whatever you want. For example, you want your default to have a little bit of music here, and then you want to have an image because, for example, you're writing a book or a biography or whatever. And let me just do this, yeah, and then I'm gonna click on apply. Whoa, left to right also, apply and close. So it's already there now. Down here, which I will, just for the length of the video, I will discuss it in some other time. But in general, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you share this video, it would really help me out to create more content. And if you have any questions, also don't forget to add it in the comment section. Till next time, happy music making. Homayun out.